Have you ever wondered why feminism is such a hot topic in today's world? It's an undeniably buzzing word, a conversational catalyst that sparks debates, discussions, and sometimes disagreements. Feminism, a movement that champions equality of the sexes, has evolved significantly over the years. It's not just about women's rights anymore. It's about equal rights, equal opportunities, and equal treatment for everyone, regardless of gender. So why is this movement so relevant today? Let's dive into the history of feminism to understand why it's more important than ever. Feminism didn't just spring up overnight. It has a rich and complex history that spans centuries. It's a movement that's been shaped by the tireless efforts of countless individuals, all striving for one common goal: equality for all genders. Our journey begins in the late 19th century, with the first wave of feminism. This was a time when women were fighting tooth and nail for their rights, most notably, the right to vote. The suffragette movement was a monumental step forward, as it marked the first time women collectively stood up and demanded their voice in politics. As we move into the early 20th century, the second wave of feminism emerged. This wave expanded the fight for equality beyond the political sphere. It delved into issues of sexuality, family, and the workplace. It was during this time that the term feminism became more widely used and recognized. The third wave of feminism, which began in the mid-90s, sought to challenge and redefine what it meant to be a woman. This wave introduced the concept of intersectionality, acknowledging that women's experiences and identities are shaped not just by gender, but also by other factors like race, class, and sexual orientation. Fast forward to today, and we're in the midst of what many consider to be the fourth wave of feminism. This wave is characterized by a focus on sexual harassment, body shaming, and reproductive rights, and is largely driven by social media and digital activism. But let's not forget, feminism is a global movement. While we've touched on the milestones in Western feminism, there have been parallel movements happening all around the world, each with its unique challenges and victories. Throughout its history, feminism has been about challenging the status quo and pushing for change. It's about recognizing that gender equality benefits everyone, not just women. And while we've made significant strides, the fight is far from over. There are still many battles to be fought, many conversations to be had, and many glass ceilings to be shattered. From gaining the right to vote to fighting for reproductive rights, feminism has come a long way, but the journey is far from over. The face of feminism has changed over the years, adapting to the unique challenges of each era. Today, the feminist movement continues to evolve, addressing pressing issues that persist in our society. One of the most prominent matters is pay inequality. Despite strides towards equal work for equal pay, women, particularly those from marginalized communities, continue to earn less than their male counterparts. This wage gap is not just a matter of fairness, but a symptom of the deeply entrenched gender biases that permeate our workplaces. Another critical concern is the lack of female representation in various spheres. In the world of politics, women are still underrepresented, holding less than a quarter of all national parliamentary positions globally. Similarly, in the media, women are often sidelined or stereotyped, an issue that extends to the portrayal of women in film, television, and advertising. Violence against women, unfortunately, remains a pervasive issue worldwide. From domestic abuse to sexual harassment and assault, millions of women and girls face these traumas daily. Feminism Today is tirelessly working to challenge and change these sobering realities. Then there's the rise of social media, a double-edged sword for modern feminism. On one hand, it has provided a platform for feminist activism, enabling the spread of information, the organization of movements, and the amplification of voices that may have previously been silenced. Movements like #MeToo and #TimesUp have shown us the power of social media in raising awareness and demanding change. However, social media also poses new challenges. Online harassment and trolling, often with a sexist undertone, have become all too common. It's a new battleground that Feminism Today must navigate, as we fight for safe and respectful online spaces for all. Feminism Today is a multifaceted movement, tackling a wide range of issues with the shared goal of gender equality. It's a movement that calls for collective action and individual change, challenging each of us to question, to learn, and to act. While notable progress has been made, there's still a long road ahead for true gender equality. Scene script. Being a feminist isn't about hating men or rejecting femininity. It's about advocating for equality and justice. So, how does one actually become a feminist? First and foremost, it begins with education. Dive into the rich history of feminism, understand its different waves and the varying perspectives within the movement. Get to know the struggles, the triumphs, and the immense strength that has fueled this fight for equality. Next, it's about listening and amplifying. Listen to the narratives of individuals from diverse backgrounds, especially those who have been marginalized. Amplify their voices, their stories, their rights. It's not about speaking for them, but rather creating a platform where their voices can be heard. Defying stereotypes is another crucial aspect of feminism. Challenge the traditional gender roles that society has laid out. Be conscious of the language you use and the behaviors you exhibit. Remember, gender norms are socially constructed, and we have the power to deconstruct them. Supporting gender equality in all aspects of life is a fundamental part of being a feminist. Advocate for policies and practices that foster equality, be it in the workplace, in education, or in healthcare. Addressing microaggressions is also important. These are subtle, often unintentional behaviors that perpetuate discrimination. By recognizing and challenging these, we can create a more supportive and inclusive environment for all. Feminism also acknowledges intersectionality, understanding that individuals may face multiple forms of discrimination based on factors like race, ethnicity, class, and sexual orientation. Promoting consent and respect is another key pillar of feminism. It's about fostering a culture that values personal autonomy, consent, and respect for one's boundaries. Inclusivity within feminist spaces is vital as well. They should be welcoming to individuals from all walks of life, acknowledging the unique challenges faced by different groups of women. Engaging in advocacy, supporting campaigns, organizations, and using your voice to speak out against injustices is another way to actively participate in the feminist movement. Finally, self-reflection. Reflect on your beliefs and behaviors. Be open to learning and evolving as you deepen your understanding of gender issues. Remember, feminism isn't a label, it's an ongoing action. As we look to the future, it's clear that feminism still has a crucial role to play in society. The goals of the feminist movement continue to evolve, reflecting the changing landscape of our world. The fight for gender equality is far from over, and the future of feminism is about more than just achieving parity between the sexes. The future of feminism is about dismantling patriarchal structures that have long dominated our societies. It's about breaking down the barriers that have been erected by centuries of inequality and discrimination. From the wage gap to the glass ceiling, from reproductive rights to the right to live free from violence and harassment, the feminist movement seeks to challenge and change these systemic injustices. But it's not just about the fight against inequality. The future of feminism is also about building something new. It's about envisioning a world where gender doesn't dictate your path in life, where everyone has the freedom to be who they are without fear of discrimination or violence. The future of feminism is about intersectionality, acknowledging that the experience of gender is influenced by other aspects of identity, such as race, class, sexual orientation, and disability. It's about understanding that not all women experience oppression in the same way, and that the fight for gender equality must also include the fight for racial justice, economic justice, and LGBTQ+ rights. The future of feminism is about inclusivity, ensuring that all voices are heard, that all experiences are acknowledged, and that the movement is representative of the diverse world we live in. It's about creating spaces where everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. The future of feminism is about activism, continuing to advocate for change, to challenge the status quo, and to fight for a better world. It's about using our collective power to effect change, from grassroots activism to policy reform. The future of feminism is about creating a world where every individual, regardless of gender, has the freedom and opportunity to reach their full potential. It's about envisioning a world where equality is not just a dream, but a reality. And it's about working together as a global community to make that vision a reality. Feminism isn't just a movement, it's a call to action for everyone. It's a call that echoes through the halls of history, reverberates in the hearts of millions, and challenges us to strive for a world where all genders are treated equally. But how can we answer this call? How can we contribute to this monumental task? First and foremost, start by educating yourself. Knowledge is the cornerstone of any movement. Dive into the history of feminism, understand its many perspectives, and learn about the struggles and victories that have shaped it. There are countless books, documentaries, and online resources available to help you on this journey. Next, lend your voice to the cause. Amplify the voices of those who are often unheard. Speak out against discrimination and sexism, and challenge the stereotypes that perpetuate inequality. Support policies and practices that foster gender equality. Advocate for equal opportunities in the workplace, in education, and in healthcare. Stand against microaggressions and discriminatory behavior, and promote a culture of consent and respect. Don't forget the power of self-reflection. Continually examine your own beliefs and behaviors, and be open to learning and evolving. Remember, being a feminist is an ongoing process. Lastly, engage in advocacy. Whether it's participating in campaigns, supporting organizations working towards gender justice, or simply using your voice to speak out against injustice, every action matters. Together we can create a more equal and just world. So, are you ready to answer the call?